Hello and welcome. I'm Cody Kraz. I'm going to be bringing you, ladies and gentlemen, this heroic division matchup between Get Stuffed and Sean Kingston. I'm excited to be bringing you guys this heroic div match, but before we get straight to it, I want to just thank a couple people. Olhalis gave me a follow, Erdunasaf. I wonder if that's something backwards, maybe? Followed me. And then finally, Hey Blinkin87 tossed me a follow, so super appreciate that, guys. Thanks for watching, and teams are ready to go. So we'll go ahead and start this one off and get right to it. First map's going to be Tomb of the Spider Queen. This Tomb of the Spider Queen was picked by Get Stuffed, who lost the coin toss, but Sean Kingston gave them first map pick. So map 1 going to be Tomb, and map 2 going to be Shrines. Get Stuffed banned Cursed Hollow, and Sean Kingston banned Battlefield of Eternity. Cool. So that stuff's out of the way. We are on Tomb. The teams are loaded in here. Sean Kingston has first pick, this being Get Stuff's map. So, let's talk. I'm going to ban Tracer right away. I think that's a noble ban against a team named Get Stuffed, but I'm sad to not see my girl get played. Many of you knew me for a while as a Tracer one trick in Div C West. Tracer been nerfed a bunch. I think she's maybe not necessarily worth a first pick, first ban slot, except in the hands of someone who's just god tier on Tracer. So, that might just be Get Stuffed, you know? They're gonna counter with a Genji ban, taking away the other mobile Overwatch assassin that gives people fits. I think they're both, you know, people complain a lot about them, and I think rather than trying to balance the individual heroes by changing their abilities, I think just in general, ranged auto attackers might be enough undertuned right now that it's pretty easy to get away with playing a squishy mobile hero like that. Next coming out, we've got the Asmodean ban from Sean Kingston. Asmodean reworked in the patch with him and Raynor. Lord of Terror now has got the his globes do a lot of damage. He's got a lot of wave clear. His trait pushes the offlane decently. And he's been hotly contested in a lot of NGS matches lately. And now the Phoenix ban, the final ban from Get Stuffed. Phoenix, very flexible, can solo lane, can be your kind of sustained damage assassin. He's got 2 awesome ultimate abilities. And the persistent overshield that makes him really hard to deal with both in lane and in fights. Although specifically more so in lanes than in fights. First pick. The High Inquisitor White Maid has made it through, and she's definitely worthy of being picked first pick. She has an incredible ability to save heroes. And right away, to counter it, we've got Deckard and Yrel, and I think Deckard is a decent counter to White Maid, and Yrel is just the best solo laner in the game right now. And especially that Phoenix ban looks good picking up the Yrel, because now it's just one fewer solo laner that's any kind of decent into Yrel.
Anytime you're ready.
Garrosh and Raynor come out in the next rotation from Sean Kingston. Garrosh, the War Chief, has that toss and groundbreaker combo that's really tough to deal with. If you get yourself out of position, you find yourself very far out of position. And Raynor does a lot of sustained damage. Been seeing a lot of ban action lately. He's so strong. Although he keeps getting stuff tuned down, he's no longer at the very top of the drafts, I think. Blaze ban coming out here, probably the second best solo laner, banned away, taken away from Sean Kingston, and then Sean Kingston takes away Joanna, one of the top meta tanks, very good on Tomb of the Spider Queen in particular, because she groups up the web weavers, pulls them together, grabs gems, and can iron skin out before she gets in serious trouble.
None shall flee my grasp.
Get Stuffed follows up with a Diablo pick and a Maiev, and Diablo's an awesome engage tank. He'll be looking to Shadow Charge in, toss the Overpower, and then you'll have Deckard Cain tossing down the Scroll of Sealing, the Heraldric Cube, Slow, and Root. And that whole CC combo will be kind of interchangeable with Maiev. Gonna, you know, sneak on in there, tether some people with her Umbral Bind, and yoink them back into the team. A lot of displacement on both sides. Could be some very lethal skirmishes. Leoric going to be the solo laner from Sean Kingston. As long as he's hitting his Life Leech W, he'll be able to keep himself sustained against the Irel. If he starts missing that, though, he could find himself in a lot of trouble. You start getting a lot of trait value if he's not careful.
With every death comes honor.
And Jaina, a very strong NGS assassin. She's got the slows. She's got a lot of burst damage. She's got wave clear. Totally psychosis. Which hero gets Jaina? And then responds to himself with which team? Very loudly. I did hear you. Finally, last pick there, Hanzo. Hanzo, since his release, has been hanging around near the top of the high level. If you have a Hanzo that can execute, he really does boatloads of damage. And if you don't, you've got yourself a kind of worthless hero. So, looking at these drafts, I got kind of a standard composition there from both sides. Nothing too crazy, too meta up ending. I think with the slows from Deckard, that might be enough to keep the Garrosh off of the heroes on the side of Get Stuffed. We'll see if that's going to be enough to keep the old man and company alive. But there's so much follow-up on the side of Sean Kingston. If they do get a Garrosh toss, it's going to be lights out. I don't think there's much that's going to be able to be done on the side of Get Stuffed to save someone that does get completely comboed there. Whereas White Mane might, depending on, we'll probably see Deckard go with the Emerald for the healing reduction. It'll be interesting. We'll watch this one back and forth. Should be a cool matchup. Yeah, again, welcome to the stream. I see we got a couple people here. Hopefully more people will be coming by as we go. Someone is on a toaster here. Here we go. We finally are loading in. Pop on into the game. Eventually, it's Mello. If you want to give Mello some trash, his computer was the slow one. On the left side here, we've got Get Stuffed. Got Battle Jet on the Maiev, Dragon King on the Diablo, Psycho on the Hanzo, John Knight on the Irel, and Drink and Run on the Deckard. On the right side, we've got Sean Kingston. Dubby on the Leoric, Mundane Zebra on the Jaina, Wex Anduin. That's such a great name. Wex Anduin on the White Mane. Mello on the Garrosh, and Hellbent 4 on the Rainer. The stacking Umbral Bind talent there coming through for Baev, Bonds of Justice. It's kind of an interesting one. Other than that, Soul Shield on the Diablo. I think that's the high-level pick for sure, as long as you remember to push your buttons and execute on it. Diablo kind of abusing vision there, trying to get a sneaky dive onto someone. Scroll of Ceiling lands on 3. Mello starting to drop low. He's going to be just fine. Looks like we have a Q build coming through for the White Mane. Other than that, things look fairly standard. Health bar starting to drop a little low. Poke going back and forth. Scroll of Ceiling lands on excellent stun to cancel the overpower. Well played there by Mello. Teams rotating around here. Top lane has already been cleared out by the Jaina. Gets that pushed across. Her team does not elect to face check the bush the Dragon King was hiding in. Maiev over Jaina, shaking my head. Says totally psycho. Bottom lane, looks like we've been missing some W's. W here. Already getting bodied by the Rel. Probably will have to tap soon. Keep an eye on your bars for that. Maiev looking like this. Scoping this out, looks like probably just to go for the bottom camp there. Well, aggressing. Not able to find anyone. Scroll of Ceiling does not land either. Groundbreaker whiffs. Scatter Arrow does connect with some units. Not doing necessarily super impactful damage. I'm not sure if Leoric understands what's happening here. And there's nothing he can do to move in. But the members of Sean Kingston not going to react to that bottom camp being taken just yet. Now that it is taken, someone's pinging Hellbent. Got a 2v2 skirmish here. Blizzard puts some damage onto John Knight, but he's going to be just fine. Goes and picks up the fruit juice left for him by his buddy Deckard Cain. Now the Siege Giant going to go ahead and start pushing down the lane. Jaina trying to clear it out. Maiev blinks in. Unstoppable from the Yorick. Spectral Walk going to get him away. Diablo battling around here in the top lane. He's 1v3. Putting out the damage. Not going to be able to finish him off. Scatter Arrow. Not the best Scatter Arrow I've ever seen. Does not connect with many. Back in the bottom lane. Giants do finally get cleared up. Top lane. Fours are online. Pull up the talents. Hellbent gets overpowered, gets Shadow Charge into the wall, gets stunned, but Whitemane has plenty of healing to keep him just fine. Raynor also has his E. Ooh, O'Brien pulls in Wex and Hellbent. Hellbent uses his... Oh, Hellbent finally killed by Maiev, cleaned up there. Dragon King charges in, not able to collect a whole lot. Mundane steps up, blasts down Battlejet's health with a Cone of Cold and a Frost Volt. Battlejet gonna be just fine. Picks up some health potions. The rotations are back on. Get stuffed with a slight experience lead, probably mostly due to that camp, but not missing any. A couple minions they're going to miss there on the top, but that shouldn't make too big of a difference. Gems are dead even. Neither team has managed to get any turn-ins yet. We're going to back this camera out just a wee bit. This is live, Mockery. As live as it gets for NGS. It's on a 2-minute delay. 27 gems turned in by Get Stuff. They do have enough to turn in, but they're kind of spread all over the place, so they're going to have to manage a bunch of turn-ins down here. Got an aggressive rotation coming down here onto Maiev. Battlejet dropping super low, gets a couple resets on the Fan of Knives, but it's not enough. Maiev does fall. First blood. No, not first blood. We've already had a kill. But the kills are now 1-1. 61 gems, 63 gems in the side of Sean Kingston. And with that kill, they're going to go ahead and turn in as many as they can. Looks like Get Stuff not going to be able to do anything about it. And with W's gems, here comes first Web Weaver phase of the game, going over to Sean Kingston just before 7 is reached. Gonna catch up Sean Kingston in the experience, probably. Raynor pushing uncontested at the top for the moment. Diablo rotating up there. Mid-Web Weaver drops down. Psycho taking a lot of damage from the Jaina. He is able to leap over the wall. Natural agility. We'll focus here, as that's where the members of Sean Kingston are electing to push. Of note, top lane is usually the victory condition on this map, which is why Get Stuffed is defending top so hard. Top lane being the victory condition because that's the boss lane. W low on health, but moving forward on John Knight. Blizzard lands on John Knight. He's able to use the Urel E, hop away. Front wall falls. Top Web Weavers were defended without much consequence. 5 members here in the bottom lane look like they're going to take this forward. Rotation coming in late from Get Stuff. They're going to come in behind here, maybe. Nope. Hanzo turns back. Sevens are online. Diablo is continuing along the Fire Stab build. Whitemane did pick up the mini cleanse that she gets a 7 there. The intercession. Garrosh sticking with the standard build. Hanzo looks pretty standard. Things looking fairly normal from this point as far as I know. Zoom back in slightly here. Drop the talents. Scroll of Stealing gonna land on no one, as the members do barely avoid it there. Get Stuffed has managed to turn in enough gems to generate a Web Weaver phase of their own. Gonna look to equalize the structure damage here. Maybe even get early 10s on Sean Kingston and really look to snowball themselves ahead in this game. Looks like we're gonna have a whole 4v4 brawl here. Get Stuff says they want to really emphasize top lane. Blizzard coming down on the Web Weavers. James putting out a lot of damage clearing those up. Garrosh has to pop Indomitable back away. Scroll of Stealing lands on him though. He throws Dragon King. Dragon King uses the overpower on the Garrosh, trying to body block him in. Mellow able to weigh down through. Groundbreaker lands on 3. Jaina stepping forward. Got the slows out. Battlejet having to run away. Frostbolt looks like he caught Psycho there. Fire Stomp. Shadow Charge onto Mellow. And it looks like the aggression's probably done for now. Leoric has fallen in the bottom lane though, so we'll take a peek at that. Looks like he'll be up in a few, 10 seconds. Shadow Charge on the Jaina. He gets overpowered. tether on a Mundanus. She's having to back up. Lightning Breath comes through. 10s are online. Jaina falls, the first to fall here. Indomitable popped by Garrosh. She's stepping forward, trying to make space for his team. Psycho. Oh, Psycho just barely lives with 10 health as Garrosh gets finally finished off. Webweaver falls just as the mid-fort falls, and now we have a structural advantage on the side to Get Stuffed. Excellent job capitalizing on their early 10 here. Looking at the heroics. First of note, bottom fort did not fall. Looking for a back-to-back turn in here by Get Stuffed. And they still have Ardent Defender available. Argent? It is Ardent. Maev went with a Bouncy Castle. Lornado from Deckard Cain. Lightning Breath from Diablo. And Dragon's Arrow, the standard pick from Hanzo there. Jaina holding her ult. Finally has gone with Water Elemental. All heroics are online here for Sean Kingston, so could look to have a good counter fight here on even talent tier. Although 10 seconds and most of the heroics will be back online for Get Stuffed. Somehow Get Stuffed didn't get those last 2 gems. I guess I kind of missed how that happened looking at talents. For that I apologize. Get Stuffed doing their best to keep vision of Sean Kingston, trying to work in that last couple Webweaver gems as they also clear out top, keep the lane pressure on. Garrosh coming in huge here, throws the Drink and Run, lands a Groundbreaker combo. Drink and Run trying to get away. Warlord's Challenge comes through and Old Man gets blown away. Battle Jet also about to fall here. Excellent double kill by the members of Sean Kingston. They're not done. Here comes the Lightning Breath, trying to push away. Diablo falls as well. Health bar is still really high on the side of Sean Kingston. Ardent Defender is popped by Earl to make sure she gets away. She eats the last bit of the blizzard to keep healing on up. Not enough gems for Sean Kingston to turn in, but they'll turn in what they have and look to capitalize on the map. Having caught themselves up in experience after losing that fort. Urel denied the turn in by Leoric in the bottom lane. Rainer comes by, give her a little bit of pepper. She jumps away. Oh, that scatter arrow, not enough to deny Mellow. Hit everything but him. Stormbow able to stop that turn in. 53 gems to 50. Sean Kingston picks up the Siege Giants in the bottom lane, get those pushing, try to grab them some time to get the Web Weavers, but Jaina not able to rotate to John Knight in time to stop the blue Web Weaver phase. Siege Giants will help deep push the bottom lane here. As Urel is not the fastest clear of those, and it looks like Get Stuffed says, hey, we want the top lane again. Try and stop us. Especially now that mid lane has already fallen. Diablo scouting out with Fire Stomp. Members of Sean Kingston rotate through aggressively anyway. Dubby had the Sonic Arrow on his head, did not choose to rotate in. Now Get Stuffed. After kind of posturing like they were going to go top, I'm curious to see where they're going to go here. Top Web Weaver gets just deleted. Battle Jet trying to, here comes the Entomb from the Leoric. Dragon King is stuck in the box. Gets rooted. He's getting absolutely blasted. Shadow Charge out on Garrosh, not going to be enough. Diablo is the first to fall here. Unstoppable pop by Garrosh. What is happening? Was he just body blocked in there? It said unstoppable. Interesting. Anywho, Deckard Cain falls. Now Hanzo falls. Blainer just seasoning everyone there. And after the 3 kills, Sean Kingston gonna fall back, clear up the Web Weavers. They did manage to take mid-wall. I don't remember if bottom fort had fallen by that point, but it's gone now. Bruiser Camp being picked up by Get Stuffed, and also by Sean Kingston. They are taking different ones. For those of you that like to be pedantic, Leoric coming forward, going to drop off his gems, get the red Web Weavers pushing along with this spell armor. I'd kind of expect to see them to clear out this mid Bruiser and maybe try to push with their own spell armor from the Bruiser Camp. Leoric doing a number on the health bars of the minions. Here we go, big engage coming. Rainer able to use Penetrating Round to dissuade the members of Get Stuff from aggressing too hard early. Jaina now coming down after having cleared the top wave. She's kind of... Oh, that's a ballsy... Oh, that rotation. Ill-advised, let me tell you. But she made it to her team safely. Diablo didn't want to overextend into that. So, mid Web Weaver does not have the spell camp with it. They were not there in time to push with a spell armor. But if this fort falls, might see if early 16 on the side of Sean Kingston, see if they're able to do anything with that. Nope, I guess not quite enough for 16. Sean Kingston rotating really aggressively here, not having a talent range. There's the Emerald coming through, reducing healing on Garrosh, but he's just fine, able to back away. I should show talents. Talking about talents. There's talents. 16s are online for Sean Kingston. This fort is basically theirs for free. Seeing as they do have a wave there. Get stuff would really like to go clean out that bottom Web Weaver. That's, 20% health. Well, 5 members showing in the top lane. They had to take their time with that rotation. And now that they're rotating down the bottom, this boss is all but free for Sean Kingston. Excellent macro choices by Sean Kingston there. Get stuffed, will be able to depush this boss a little bit if they hustle and turn in gems. But if they try to turn in top here, they're going to be way too late. 16's online for both teams. Boss is already down. Gonna fight anyway. Diablo Shadow charges in onto the Garrosh. Dragon Zero whiffs. Entomb has Drink and Run in it. Health bars dropping low all over the place. 2 have fallen on the side of Sean Kingston, and Lornado helping clean up a 3rd. Hellbent running for his life, not able to make it away. Sean Kingston is paid for that boss with blood. Excellent, excellent fight there by Get Stuffed. W looking to... Interesting, just runs up. Fakes like he's going to turn in. He and John Knight just going to battle back and forth while this boss gets cleaned up. Boss down to 50. Nothing much doing there. John Knight going to drop off his 44 gems. Infofox asking when he gets to say that Psycho is throwing. When he throws is usually when people say that. Blue Web Weavers have been picked up. This is their 3rd? I believe that's their 3rd Web Weaver turn in here. Bottom lane kind of pushed far onto their side, but top and mid pushed across the half line at least. This fort is all but guaranteed. Sean Kingston pressuring aggressively here. Posturing. Got the toss, got the groundbreaker. Oh. Garrosh is in deep, pops a Warlord's Challenge. Dragonair lands on the other 4 members. Garrosh falls. Maiev was able to waddle on out of there. Lightning Breath popped. White Mane says none of our health bars are movable. Dragon King dropping down super low. Cleanse onto Mundane Zebra. And now it's 5v4. Garrosh going to be down for another... Oh, Bouncy Castle comes out. Hellbent's in there deep. Maiev overextends, falls, but now Diablo dives in. Shadow charges. Does some overpowering. And Mundane Zebra gets blown up too. 3 down on the side of Sean Kingston. Web Weaver's still pushing mid, and 4 members alive top for Get Stuffed. They're going to try to take this keep. There's not a whole lot White Mane going to be able to do to stop that other than keep herself healthy. Mid keeps down. Top keep looking like it's going to fall. Looks like Get Stuffed not interested in trying to end game right away here. Otherwise they'd move directly onto core. Sean Kingston D-pushes. The Orc respawns. Get Stuffed backs off. Let's check out how much time we have left on the boss. All 3 keeps. This boss isn't up for another 2 minutes. But 3 keeps down on the side of Sean Kingston. That's a tough time for them. They're down level 20s. 20s are here. You're all going with the Seraphim, getting the cleanse in case she gets all up in Garrosh's business. Got perfect gems, so the Deckard can emerald more often. Play the game. Gonna let Hanzo come flying in with his Dragonair ultimate. Pop out of it. Start fighting wherever it hits. Better Lightning Breath. Make it last a year. Garrosh in super deep has to Indomitable. Pulls a taunt onto Yrel. Rainer falls. White Mane falls too in the back line. Mello about to fall, and this is going to be GG. Gosh. Surprisingly sustainable, but not sustainable enough. 3 members down. Bruiser Camp is picked up, and the 5 members get stuffed. Gonna go ahead, wander onto this core here. These aren't the infinite potions from Deckard, but it's 5v2. There's almost nothing Sean Kingston can do to come out of this one with a... Jaina picked off. New York spooping around. Mornado gonna go over his unstoppable body. He's trying to reduce damage, trying to buy time for his Rainer and Urel to come back. Or pardon, that's a white mane. It's not gonna be enough. Core is falling rapidly, and there it goes. GG's come out. And yeah, there's game 1 for you. Looking here, we had a lot of damage coming through from the Hanzo and the Jaina. Excellent play by Psycho, as much as, what's his face? Infofox wanted Hanzo to be thrown. He only died once, put out the damage. Psycho, if you're ever playing against Infofox, maybe you want to pick Hanzo into him. Diablo putting out a lot of hero damage too. That's actually pretty impressive. After the rework, I felt like he's not been quite the damaging monster he once was. But putting up numbers there for Get Stuffed. Other than that, let's look at talents. Looks like White Mane's still sticking with the Q build in most of the games I've seen in NGS. I've started to hear that W build might be the new hot, but I haven't been seeing that transfer over here just yet. Yeah, I'm a little surprised too. It obviously didn't super matter at that point. Get Stuffed had mostly won, but with the 20s, taking the perfect gems, reducing the cooldowns of the gems by 25 seconds, just to help the Emerald. But the Emerald was really strong in the White Mane. Yeah, alright. Yeah, thanks for watching. That was game 1 of Get Stuff versus Sean Kingston. I'm going to take a quick break, set up the next lobby, and we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Heroes of the Storm. This is the Nexus Gaming Series, and I'm Cody Kraz, bringing you this heroic division matchup between Get Stuffed and Sean Kingston. Game 1 was on Tomb of the Spider Queen, which was Get Stuffed's choice, and Get Stuffed took it fairly handily, especially moving into the late game, really started to dominate. Yeah, not a whole lot to talk about other than that. Thanks for watching, thanks for sticking around. Got 12 here now, that's super exciting. Let's keep those numbers going up. Tell your friends the game's on. Teams are ready. We'll go ahead and jump right on in here to Game 2. Game 2 going to be on Infernal Shrines. Infernal Shrines being Sean Kingston's pick. They're going to look to try and even up the series. By the way, also, thank you to all of you that have been watching me. You know, any of you that are back, or, you know, thanks to the people here for the first time. If you've been back already. If you've already followed, that's super cool. If not, do me a favor, toss me a follow if you're enjoying what you're seeing. Super excited. I just made a affiliate, so now I have that beautiful bit donation button and subscribe stuff. I'm super happy about that. It's been super fun doing this casting stuff. If you're looking to get into it, you guys should go to Nexus Gaming Series Discord and tell people that you're interested. It's a cool gig. Infernal Shrines here. Very, very common NGS map, especially at the lower levels. I feel like you see it all the time, especially a couple seasons ago before Volskaya was a thing. Genji first ban here from Get Stuffed, just the same as last match. Fully expect to see a Tracer ban here too, after having talked to the two teams before the game. Let's see a White Mane ban first. Alright, that checks out. They had, having first pick, they were willing to let the White Mane through. They think Get Stuffed is going to first pick it. If they let it through, probably saving the Tracer ban for second ban. We'll see. Phoenix, again, banned by Get Stuffed. They know what they want, you know. They got a plan, they're sticking to it. Letting the timer wind on down here. Trying to debate if they actually want to go through with the Tracer ban. Instead, they're going to go with the Asmodan ban. Putting Get Stuffed in a position. Wow,
So
could
it
not have been
begins.
any quicker on the Deckard. Holy cow. Maybe the quickest reaction time I've had on a stream just yet. Totally Psycho's asking if it's a standing desk. Yes, it's a standing desk. I've been doing my best to not fidget so much when I'm on camera, and I'm struggling with it. Yeah, I made this desk with my dad. It's pretty cool, and it's been, I don't know, almost 10 years now since we made it. It's a pretty nice one, especially when I'm locked in for hours and hours of HOTS. It's more healthy than sitting down. Moving back to the draft, Yrel and Raynor picked up by Sean Kingston. Yrel again, totally awesome solo laner, and Raynor putting out the sustained damage. See if it's still hellbent for on the Raynor. Seemed like he's putting out the damage last game. Got a couple good fights, had a couple not quite go their way. Diablo picked up again by Get Stuffed, and now to Jaina. Diablo Jaina looking to do the big engage, slam a person into the wall, overpower him over, Blizzard, all the damage. It's a tried and true formula. You see it a lot. With Phoenix banned out, that's probably the best other assassin for Get Stuffed in this case. Be interesting to see what they go with. Blaze banned out, trying to choke out the solo lane for Get Stuffed. I wouldn't be totally surprised to see like kind of a non-standard solo laner situation coming here from Get Stuffed as Joanna gets banned. Maybe something with some range damage, a Greymane. Phoenix would have been awesome to solo lane into Yrel, but that's already been taken care of. Kael'thas and Muradin here on the side of Sean Kingston. Kael'thas is pretty cool around the shrines, both good wave clear for the shrines, and he's got the living bomb. He can put it on the little spoopy skeleton, spread that bomb all around to the opposing team before they're quite ready for it to happen. I like the Kael'thas pick a decent amount. It's definitely better than like a Li Ming. Li Ming gets all of her skill shots blocked by the skeletons when you're fighting on the thing. Mayev coming through for Get Stuffed, and then a Dahaka is the final pick. Dahaka's pretty awesome. Got the global. I use awesome a lot. I'm going to try to tone that down. Find a thesaurus. Anywho, Dahaka's got the global. Will be able to not lose the lane against Yrel. Probably won't win it against her, though. Be interesting to see if Mayev can really get the Fan and Eyes resets. Doesn't have, like, maybe a Joanna to pull the people together, but does have the slow and the engage from Diablo. Should be able to engage, put the people in the bounce castle, and do some decent damage. And Stukov's going to be the support for Sean Kingston. Stukov somewhat recently got a talent tree rework, put him in a bit better place. Still sort of susceptible to dive, and Lurking Arm is still very strong, so it's a good person to have on your side as long as they're playing relatively safely. Muradin should be able to peel people off Stukov. We're going to go ahead and let the teams load in. And yeah, looking at the two drafts, I think my instinct says that I like the draft to Get Stuffed a little more. Infernal Shrines, Diablo is very, very strong on. He's got the engage, he's got damage, he's got CC, and there's going to be a bunch of good follow-up for it. But the dive isn't great into something like Kael'thas Stukov, where Kael'thas can stun him, Stukov can have the puddle under him, and just silence the members of Get Stuffed as they're trying to dive onto a target. And then Kael'thas and Raynor have plenty of damage to secure kills. Should be a cool matchup. Teams are significantly less toasterfied on the computer this time. We are ready to roll right into the game on the left side here. Again, we've got Get Stuffed. They are up 1-0 in the series. Battle Jet on the Mayev. Dragon King on the Diablo, Psycho on the Jane of this game, Drink and Run on the Deckard, and John Knight onto the Dahaka as they use abilities in the back. On the right, we got Sean Kingston in the red here, Hellbent 4 on the Rainer, Wax Anduin on Stukov, Dubby. Oh my gosh, why do you people do this? It's so hard to see who's who. Mundane Zebra is the Urel, Mellow on the Kael'thas, and Dubby on the Muradin. Here's level 1 talent, tossing those up. Black Soulstone coming on the Diablo this time. Interesting. It's just it's not quite as much ability burst damage on the side of Sean Kingston. Gonna go ahead, take the sustain from the health glows instead. Sapphire from Deckard Cain this time. Flame Strike lands onto a couple. Lots of poke in. Diablo gets gravity lapse there. Able to back away just fine. Solo laners have moved off to the top lane. Muradin notably has gone Gathering Storm, stacking his Q there as Dragon King, trying to do his rotations. Nothing else looks specifically worth calling out on the talents. I guess maybe Fetid Touch there on the Stukov at 1. Kind of interesting. Looks like Get Stuffed is slightly ahead in the rotations here. Ooh, Shadow Charge on the Dibby. He's going to have to Dwarf Toss out. Fire Stomp going to put out a little more damage along with the Horagic Cube. But Posture gets spread around. They're going to be just fine. Keeps them handily ahead in the rotations though. Let's see. Pretty soon here, I think Get Stuff's going to find themselves enough ahead that they're going to look to contest the camp. Dragon King with a Shadow Charge on the Hellbent, just letting him know he's there, saying hi. How do you do? Shakes his hand, walks away. You know, maybe he's not even like shaking his hand, it's like put his hand out to give him the handshake. I'm like, oh, too slow. Slick his hair back. Rainer stays behind him. This Shadow Charge not going to come through for Dragon King. Scroll of Ceiling keeps him from going under his towers just yet. Now comes the Shadow Charge, stuns him into the wall. Flush is there to heal him up. Lurking Arm. Dragon King starting to drop a little low here. He's below 50. Gets some Fruit Juice, eats a Living Bomb. Dubby's going to let him go. It's a good skirmish. Just checking in on the top lane here. Two solo laners just doing fine. Locked in this long, drawn-out battle where neither of them has a sharp enough weapon to really stick the other. So instead, they just slap each other with open palms and stand around and watch minions die. I like the placement of those Deckard potions. Oh, here comes a blink in. Umbral Bind. Gonna pull Stukov forward. Thunderclap. Slowing the members. Psycho has a Living Bomb on him. Trying to get out. Muradin body blocks him into Drink and Run. Passing that Living Bomb around. Getting some value from the Kael'thas there. Flame Strike. Gonna zone the members a little bit. Wax Anduin trying to run away. Gets the Diablo. Oh, Umbral Bind leaves Wax Anduin with 70 health. He is able to get away. Psycho's Living Bomb on him. He's full retreat. Catches a Fruit Juice from the old man. Fadeaway Jumper over the wall. Dragon King's going to have to back Drink and Run backing as well. Knowing that they made a couple of Get Stuffed back, Sean Kingston moves down here. Going to pick up this Khazra camp. Get Stuffed moves on to the Skeleton Shrine here. It's going to be a Frozen Punisher. You can tell by the colored gem on top of the shrine and in the bottom right here. Khazra camp going to push uncontested in the bottom lane. That could very well get a decent chunk of that wall, especially with Kael'thas blowing away the minions. Drink and Run starting to prep the shrine, throwing around the juices. Dahaka has Brush Stalker available. Should be able to global in when he chooses. 23 to 2 are the skeleton count. Dubby jumps over the wall. Dwarf Toss, Shadow Charge. Lands on a Dubby, kind of stuns him away. Or says my voice sounds a little low. I'll adjust that slightly. Let me know how volume levels are now. Sean Kingston has repelled Get Stuffed from the shrine. I have missed 4 talents. Here's 4 talents for you. Lots of damage coming through here. Blizzard landing on the multiple members. Dragon Knight. Oh. Dragon King, big Shadow Charge, is able to finish off with the help of Jaina. Gets that Rainer. Psycho trying to retreat. caught in Urel, so they're not going to let that happen. Meanwhile, Lurking Arm. There goes Jaina to the Urel. Murden eating a boatload of damage though, drops to 20 health and is overpowered and dunked by a Dragon King. Wex Anduin trying to retreat. He's dropped super low. I don't think he's going to be able to get away from this one. Diablo making a beeline for him. Maev instead blinks over the wall, takes him out with a fan of knives. Now drink Mundane Zebra. Urel's tanky, but not that tanky. Dragon King keeps Kael'thas from capitalizing too much on that battle. Punisher goes over to red though. Kael'thas must have picked those off with the very last vestiges of his mana. Red Punisher pounding away on John Knight. Looks like no intent to bait the Punisher over the wall just yet. There goes the jump. Catches 3 members. They're now rooted. Rainer's gonna have a heyday here. Overpower. Big penetrating round. Catches Dragon King, Drinking Run, and Psycho. Diablo stuck here in the Lurking Arm. That's gonna be all she wrote. There goes Diablo. His souls are popped. He's going to be a little baby Diablo when he comes back out here. Battlejet trying to get out of the frozen waste. Shot by the Punisher. Dubby jumps over. He's pounding on the old man. Battlejet tries to peel off for Dubby. Or peel off for Drink and Run. Is not quite able to. Hellbent dropping low. Must have eaten a tower shot there. And the 3 heroes on Get Stuffed here. Looks like they'll be able to repel for now Sean Kingston's assault on this fort. No objective coming through here. I feel like Sean Kingston, this is like maybe a little desperation play, trying to find some experience with all the lanes being neutral. But they've moved here onto this Shaman camp. Gonna get that pushing down top. Meanwhile, aggressive invade as soon as they saw that be taken. Kissed up, races across. Take away the Khazra camp. Lurking Arm here. Diablo stuns Stukov out of that. Scroll of Ceiling catches a couple. Khazra's in the back line here, working on this. Oh, big living bomb being spread all over the place. Everybody screaming about it being on fire. John Knight pops his trait. Jaina the first to fall in this fight. Decker Kane as well. They're going to pay for their transgressions coming across here. Tens are now online for Sean Kingston. Flailing Swipe picked up. Now we have the Rainer's Raiders. 3 heroics still not picked up by Sean Kingston. There we go. Ardent Defender, as is tradition. As they aggressively pick up this Khazra camp. Daka doing his best to get rid of that Shaman camp up top. But it looks like this fort might just fall. Skirmish potentially breaking out here. Maev able to rotate safely away. Dodges the Stormbolt. Nice juke there. Fort's down to 1,000 health. Dahaka has saved the day for now. Keep an eye on that though. Whenever Sean Kingston decides they need a little bit of banked experience, they'll go make a withdrawal from the Chase Bank up there. I like the placement of that Banshee, kind of acting like a Nanara Wisp there. Just keep an eye on the bush. Now, Rainer himself decides to take up residence in it for now. Khazra camp was picked up in the bottom. It's pushing down the bottom lane. Dahaka just holding, saving his camp to get that pushing during the objective, like I kind of mentioned earlier for Sean Kingston. But, you know, I feel like they got a pretty good value out of making the decision when they did, they being Sean Kingston. There we go. Urel shoves forward, takes the fort. Dahaka decides to pick up the camp, decides now is the time. Shrine is online. Shrine is going to be a Mortar Punisher this time. Double Shed charges over the wall, got the bouncy cast coming down, Lightning Breath comes out. Stukov and Kael'thas have both fallen. Excellent engage there from Get Stuffed. Murning gets dunked on too. Urel is rooted. She pops Ardent Defender. She's going to try to get away. She's going to be just fine because Get Stuffed turned real hard, jumped on Rainer, deleted him from the game. He'll be sitting out for another 20 seconds. Not sure why there's danger pings around that bush. Don't think either team's in much danger in that very location. Alright, aggressive siege camp gonna be up at 7. Let's see. Get stuffed. Try to aggress onto that right before finishing off the shrine. Will we see the same type of invade scenarios last time? Looks like not quite. 13's not online. Get stuff isn't ready to 100% commit to that. Instead, they'll have to just clear out the Cosmos mid. I think the Lornado had something to do with that invade being stopped as well. 13's online for both teams now, but Get Stuff has the advantage in this push. They've got a big Mortar Punisher jumping over the wall, punching away on Dubby. Shadow Charge comes on a Wex Anno, and he's stuck way too far forward. Poor guy. Stukov gets rocked. Living Bomb on all the members, pretty much, of Get Stuffed. But no support for Kingston for a while here. Burden doing his best to get Dahak off the back line. It's not going to be enough. Kel'Thas and Raynor fall. Dubby trying to get out of the bouncy castle. And as soon as he thought he was done, oh, barely dodges the Lornado. And now gets booted away. Someone shoved him on through there. Looks like Diablo Charge maybe didn't connect like he wanted it to. Punisher's still at 30% health. Rocking in onto this. With a 5v2 push here for the next 10 seconds, this keep is 100% dead, and this might just be game. Looks like Get Stuffed, with their 16 advantage, not quite willing to shove all the way on the core. Let's see what they do with their advantage. I'm going to go back, take this kind of neutral Khazra camp, and then probably move on to their own Khazra camp. And I fully expect them to push that middle Khazra camp and take some of mid, as long as they have a talent advantage there. Looks like they don't even need the Khazra camp. Willing to let Diablo just tank through. He has plenty of soul stone. He has the full quest completed. If he dies, he'll be back in 4 seconds. But more importantly, he's got a boatload of extra health right now, to the tune of sitting at 7,000 health. Big Shadow Charge onto the mundane Zebra. Finally is able to pop Ardent Defender in response. Living Bomb being spread all over the place. And even at the heroic level, people just not quite aware of who's bombed and when people need to spread out or not. Diablo Shadow charges in, gets the Rel, flips her over. She is able to jump out. She eats a Haragic Cube for her trouble. Diablo rooted and silenced for a bit there by the Lurking Arm. Notice too that Shaman Camp that was taken a little bit ago by Sean Kingston pushed all the way up to the top wall, taking down the top keep wall. Luckily for Get Stuffed, it's not quite through a city just yet, because the next shrine will be mid. Kills are 12-5 in favor of Get Stuffed. Kel'Thas showing in bottom lane, repelling the catapults. Both teams move to their Khazra camps. Look and see if Get Stuffed decide to invade this or not. Notice Sean Kingston isn't showing on the map. Get Stuffed, not quite sure where to find them. Excellent job there, picking up the Khazra camp to counter push mid here. Still half a level away from 16 though. If I'm Get Stuffed, I'm looking to take a fight here. Try to get some pressure pre-16. Otherwise, there's going to be a big window of even talent tiers. Dahak showing? I can't tell. Maybe he's not showing the top lane. Did not take the Khazra camp. Shadow Charge comes in here on the Muradin. Eats a Storm Bolt. Flame Strike. Oh boy. Bouncy Castle in the Tumble Pine. Putting a lot of damage as Lightning Breath comes through. Drinking Run is on fire. About to spread it to members of his team, but the Red Health Bar chopping super low. W has to Dwarf Toss out. Mundane Zebra and Kel'Thas both fall. Shadow Charge onto Wex Anno, and he's going to fall as well. This fort's going to go down. Humble Bind and Jaina. Wow, 4 members down on Sean Kingston. This should just be GG. Looks like Get Stuffed. Not wanting to commit around there to the bottom lane with the catapults. They're going to just push in here. Get more structural advantage to start pushing towards that 20 lead. They take a tower. They're going to take this other tower. Dragon King dropped a little low here, waiting for some Deckard love to get himself filled back up. 16's now online for Sean Kingston. Good stuff. Gonna back off. Start picking up this shrine, which will be an arcane Punisher, the strongest of the 3 Punishers. Puts those spinning laser beams down. Does a lot of hero and structure damage. Dahaka escorting Big Wave in top. It's going to work on putting damage onto the fort. He's got to be careful not to get ganked here. We'll see if Sean Kingston... They are going to move in here. 5 versus 4 for the moment until Dahaka shows up. Gets stuff, goes ahead, backs off the point. They're at 35. They should be able to sneak those with maybe a surprise Jaina Blizzard from somewhere. Back up, tap, be ready to come back in, get that kind of overheal sustain going on. Front line, shove it aggressively forward for Sean Kingston. Heredra Cube and Scroll of Ceiling landing on a couple. Humble Bind. Got down to cancel, has dropped. Ardent Defender, healing back up. Dahaka has silenced Muradin. It's only a single silence, but still enough to take down the Muradin. 20's not online yet. Blue has picked up the Punisher, starting to shove in. Jumps on Wexando, and that's going to be the end of Stukov's live. Mello also on the run, getting chased by the water elemental. He's going to get away, but it's a rough spot. Down 3 levels, down 2 heroes. This is probably once... I know I've said this a couple times, but I do think this will be the end of the game for realsies this time. Diablo and Maiev have pushed past the keep. They start to work on the core. Core still has shields for now. Diablo Shadow charges across, gets on Kael'thas. Kael'thas gets stunned, he falls. Jaina blocks him down. Hellbent not able to get to his well. Excellent placement there. Zones him away from his Hall of Storms. John Cena jumps in, jumps all over Zebra. Yo gets blown away. It's just padding their kill stats. Get stuffed here down at the end. Lots of damage. Oh my gosh, Blue takes a huge amount of damage in that last, but it's still not enough. Punisher is able to drop the rest of the core and get stuffed. Has carried the series 2-0. Here we go with the post-game summary. Dahaka soaking 17,000 experience and 130 siege. Just big numbers there out of that boy. Never getting ganked in the solo lane. Excellent job, especially into the Yrel. Well played by John Knight 1. Jaina getting 10 kills. Might have 9. Just... Assassins... The whole coordination on the side of Get Stopped, very, very strong in that second game. Took a lot, if not all, of the team fights. And just really looked strong doing it. Yrel putting in decent numbers on the siege damage. Kael'thas was quite effective with the Living Bomb, but it still wasn't quite enough to carry the day. Totally Psycho, laughing at himself, using his own his Blizzard on his own wave. Let me make sure they know I'm willing to do an interview here. Yeah, here's talents for you, by the way. Looking there. Had a Contagion at 20. Shadow Orb Huntress. I'm going to hop over to an NGS lobby. We're going to have someone here from Get Stuff to talk about their victory. In lobby 2. Yeah, the typical Fire Stomp build from New Diablo seems to be the way to go, with a Hellgate on the end. And then Deckard taking more gems this time, and still took the perfect gems, although he did take the Boop Staff there at 16 this go round. Also Ancient Blessings. Yeah, just kind of a different build from him this time. Guess with a little bit more of a solid 1-point objective to fight over. He was more confident in hitting his Heredra Cube boosted gems. The gem boosted Heredra Cubes. You know, words are hard. Anyway. Yeah, other than that, builds look mostly standard. There we go. We have John Knight here from Get Stuffed. How you feeling, man? Congratulations on your 2-0 victory.
Yeah, I also brought the Battle Boy with me.
Oh,
Hello, hello.
yeah. Welcome to the stream. Yeah.
Feels good.
Yeah.
I think I was like 0-5 in NGS with Dahaka before that game. It's nice to finally not that my Dahaka is bad, but nice to finally get a win on that. after 3 seasons.
Yeah, I was looking at the numbers. You put up a boatload of siege damage and plenty of XP. Kept your team handily in the lead, coming in at the right times to fight. So it looked good.
I'm just mad that I had a game where I ended nonstop. Otherwise, I'd be at 0 deaths for the season.
Wow, that's it's far better than I have fared this season. Uh, yeah. So game one, you guys were on Tomb of the Spider Queen. And it's kind of back and forth early. Did you guys have something that you maybe thought pushed you over the edge and really got you the win?
They scaled better early and they scaled better late. So our idea was to game for the 10 to 16 range, like just below the lead open then, because that's when they don't have their power spike
Yeah.
as hard as ours. And we did that really well. We just collapsed on them really hard. We boxed them out, and I think our comp played better in their comp than theirs played into ours.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, we were just looking to just get in there and just force the fights that we want to take, and so yeah, I think we did that.
Yeah, and then Battlejet, you played Maya both games, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, would you say that's like is that a comfort pick for you, or is that just the comp was ready for it both times, or how does that kind of shake out?
I think a bit of both. Always down for Maiev, and it's always a fun character. Like it's such like a scary one to play against because it always has that high roll potential that if they clump like a little bit, you can just get on the back line and just drag them, and then it's just over.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and just the displacement's really strong, and especially you
Hmm.
get that Warden's Cage, get them all in there. Diablo just cooks them. That was pretty
Yeah,
fun to
yeah.
watch. You guys really coordinated that combo well a number of times. Uh, yeah, and then thinking forward to game two, you guys were on Infernal Shrines, and that was not your map, but you guys maybe even looked more dominant on that map. It was
Uh,
yeah. Go ahead.
our rotation was a lot faster on them early. Like that
Yeah.
was really helpful, and they couldn't do camps, which they needed camps more than we do. And just because the Haka Burrow and we have the rotation lead, like when you're down to those two things, it's just impossible to get the camps as long as his digs up. And
Yeah.
we kind of just used that to control. And then they tried doing a push bottom, I think, because they had a comp that was fight off the shrine kind of comp, and they weren't really able to do that because they fell so far behind in rotation. They kind of got lost at the beginning, and then just and then I think was it the second shrine, but there was a bit of fiesta up there.
Yeah.
That was pretty wild. They pulled that out. They actually did a really good job pulling that out. I thought they had no chance at getting that.
Yeah,
That
I
was
think it was the Kael'thas stepped up right at the last second and got
Yeah.
the last one or
Yeah.
something. Because I was surprised. I was like, man, you guys had won that fight, and then all of a sudden the Red Punisher came tumbling out. It's like, oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I was curious, what were comms like? There was the one invade where in the top right they took their shaman camp, arguably kind of early. It wasn't counter to an objective or something, and you guys saw that and immediately invaded their Khazra camp, and then they kind of beat you in a fight there. Like what? How were comms then?
Uh, I think we lost Dragon, right? That was we only lost Dragon that fight, right? Or was it Dragon in the support?
It
think it
might
was
have been two.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was two.
So the call was to get on that, and we didn't get on it fast enough, and we just like started, and we just rotated really slow. If we rotated faster, we get out of there. Just
Yeah, for sure.
we also just kind of pathed weird as a team.
But yeah, you guys
That was-
you did manage to right the ship. Was there anything do you have like one person that's really your rocker? Is everybody just kind of like, oh, that was fine. We're just gonna move forward.
So Dragon shot calls are macro and our micro, but we all give a lot of input. Like
Mhm.
it's like we talk a lot. Like I'm in the offlane, so I basically am the boss of myself, and I just say what I'm doing, and then based on the burrow plays and what I have set up, we're reacting based on that. In the second game, the first game, it was more rich standard rotations. Like I'm looking to flank, I'm looking to clear. Like although my comms were pretty quiet the first game because I was just sticking bottom.
Yeah. And then I guess my final question is I was a little surprised you guys didn't end the. I felt like you maybe had an opportunity to end on Infernal Shrines there, and you kind of pulled back, grabbed the Punisher, and then ended with that. Was there just kind of an indecision there, or you just thought the death timers were maybe a little too short, or what went down there?
We thought the death timers were too
Yeah.
short, so the whole call was just keeping back. Like that was the immediate snap call. It was just keeping back, and then we can wait for we can just take all their things and we like
Yeah,
like take I believe the call was get keep, take the I believe bot neutral, take mid fort, and then pressure. Otherwise, we didn't quite take mid fort, which was a bit of a problem. But other than that, it was pretty good. Yeah, what were you gonna say, Battle?
I don't know. Yeah, no.
We felt like by that point that we spiked harder than they were. Like our lead was just too big to come back on, and
Yeah.
so it was kind of like just at that point we should just like play safe. We went objective anyways, so we just played safe until we felt they overextended 2 or 3 times. We kind of beat them up in fights, and then we took the mid fort, the keep wall, and then they fought over the objective, and we obviously took them out there, took the objective, won the game.
Yeah, fair enough. Any final thoughts from you, Battle Knight? Or Battle Jet, sorry.
Um, no, I think GG's to the other team. I think it was had a lot of fun, so hopefully they did too. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So before I let you guys go, any shout outs you want to make?
I want to shout out Morochi, our coach. Yeah, and yeah, team, the academy, the classics, and my dog.
Fair enough. And then last thought, do you guys have do any of your streams or anywhere we can find you guys or social media or whatever you want to toss out there?
You can find Psycho at twitch.tv/totallypsycho. You can find BattleJet at twitch.tv/battlejet86i. You can find our coach Mockery at twitch.tv/mockery173, and you can find Dragon King at twitch.tv/dragonkinghots. And I'm amazed that I remembered all that. I kind of feel weird remembering all that.
Yeah, well, excellently done. Thanks for coming on, guys. Have a good one. Best of luck moving
Alright,
You
forward.
too.
Yeah, that was a couple members there. Get stuffed. Fun little interview. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this series. It was excellently played on both sides, but especially by Get Stuffed. I'm going to go ahead and take a peek here at the schedule, see if I can't find you guys another Nexus Gaming Series game to send you over to. But hopefully you do come back later on tonight, 9:30 Pacific Time, 12:30 basically tomorrow morning. On the East Coast, I've got Team Mapitas versus Getting Sweaty. That'll be right here coming at you. Some Div B West action, if I'm not wrong. I know it's Div B for sure. But yeah, it's 8 o'clock now. Looks like Unicorns United versus Ranger Spectrums getting started over here in Ghost Nook. I'll go ahead and send you over there.